dear students, today we are going to do a poem, and the name of the poem is The Ball Poem. This is from our book First Flight. So we are shifting from footprints to First Flight. And this poem is written by John Berryman. As students, you know, he was an American poet and he has written a book, Dream Songs. So this poem is the part of Dream Songs, and for that he also got Professor Award, and he lived from 1914 to 1972. So let us move on to the text of the poem, and before that I want to tell you one important thing. In this poem, the ball. Here ball indicate two things. One is the poet wants to tell us about the living beings and another about non-living. So here he wants to tell us that the ball indicates living and non-living. So the poet wants to teach us through two things. One is living and another is non-living. Non-living means through the materialistic things, and living means through the, you could say, it could indicate the family members or your friends. So next word is, that is loss. So loss here indicates either death or move away. So we have to understand the thing in this way, like if somebody has lost something, it could be a materialistic thing and it could be a person. So on the loss of a person, how do we react? What are our feelings? And if we lost a materialistic thing, then what are our feelings? So somehow the degree of the feelings changes. Sometimes we used to say that on a materialistic things, yes, we got distressed, we got upset, but the degree is very low. But in case of living beings, persons, friends, family members, the sorrow is too much, there is too much sufferings. So we have to take both the contexts. कि बॉल गुम हो जाती है तो हमें कुछ सीखना है, और हमारी लाइफ के जो बिलव्ड वंस हैं, नियर डियर्स हैं, उनके लॉस्ट होने से हमारी लाइफ के ऊपर क्या इफेक्ट होता है. तो हम लोग इस पोएम में दोनों कॉन्टेक्स्ट को पढ़ने वाले हैं. क्या क्या हमारी लाइफ में हम क्या सीखेंगे, और थ्रू दिस पोएम द पोएट वांट्स टू इंडक्ट us into the mystery of life and death. हमें वो क्या सिखाना चाहते हैं? हमें वो सिखाना चाहते हैं कि लाइफ में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि हम डेथ के बारे में भी जानें, उसकी मिस्ट्री को भी रिवील करें, और उसके होने से हमारी लाइफ पे क्या इफेक्ट्स होते हैं, कैसे हमें उसमें सफरिंग्स होती हैं, फिर कैसे हम उसको बेयर करें. लेट अस मूव ऑन टू द टेक्स्ट फर्स्ट. So our poem, the text starts here. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? So we came to know that there is a boy in this line and he has lost his ball. So we have understood the situation. There is a boy and he has lost his ball. So what is he to do? Now, after losing a ball, what are boys' feelings? And then I saw it go. Who has seen it go? I saw it go. I here refers to the Poet. So the poet is watching all this. The boy has lost the ball and now he is standing, and the poet is watching the boy that he was upset because his ball has lost. Merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over, there it is in the water. So merrily here refers to happily. So this also indicates the ball is not happy. We are just imagining, and when their imagination is given, it is imaginary. So here we have been told that the ball was happy, and the ball was not happy. It indicates the boy's happiness because the ball was with the boy, and at that time he was happy. So the ball was bouncing. Bouncing means it hopped, or it, you could say it jumped. So ball was jumping and then it moved down the street and it went into the street, and after that merrily over. Over means shifting from one place to another. So where it is shifting from from street to into the water. There it is in the water, and finally it went into the water, and the ball lost the ball. So there is a boy and he has lost his ball, and now he is upset. How he is upset? On what he is upset? Because he is having a ball and it went into the street and finally slipped into the water and he lost the ball. So this was our first paragraph, first stanza, and now let us move on to the second stanza. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. So, poet हमें क्या सिखाना चाहता है? हम जब किसी बच्चे को ऑप्शंस बता देते हैं कि आप ये रख लें, आप ये ले लें, तो वो जो फॉरगेटेड चीज है उसको भूल के ऑप्शंस में वो उस चीज की इंपॉर्टेंस को नहीं समझता है. अगर हमें उस बच्चे को, इफ वी वांट टू टेल द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ दैट थिंग टू द किड, व्हाट वी नीड टू डू, हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? वी हैव टू से नो. हमें क्या कहना पड़ेगा? नहीं. अदरवाइज द boy will not learn the lesson that the things are important. So to teach him the importance of the things, we have to say, we can't say that there are balls. So that is what the poet is saying. Poet ये इसलिए कह रहा है क्योंकि वो उसी बॉल की इंपॉर्टेंस सिखाना चाहता है. An ultimate shaking grief. Now here we have been told that the boy is upset, and how much upset he is. An ultimate shaking grief. Ultimate means final. Shaking is shivering. Grief is sorrow. And fix. Fix means when we fix our eyes, जब हम अपनी आंखों के, अपनी नजरों को एक जगह फिक्स कर लेते हैं. Here the boy has fixed his eyesight. He is just focusing on the ball that went into the so water. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy. Boy is in distress, and final, or you could say too much. The boy was too much grieved, and because of that grief he was fixed. His eyes were fixed and he was fixed at one place. Again we have been told the same thing. As he stands rigid, so the boy is rigid, he is fixed at one place, and then he is shivering. And next thing is, shivering means kapna, and again staring. Staring, that is his eyes are again fixed. उसकी नजर एक ही जगह fix हो गई, and he was focusing on the ball that has slipped into the water, and because of that he has lost his ball. All his young days into the harbor where his ball went. All his young days. So this is a students, this is a phrase, and young days means the childhood memories. So childhood memories this refers to. So this line suggests us that all his young days means the boy has a long association with ball and the ball, उसके पास वो बॉल काफी टाइम से है, उसकी काफी सारी मेमोरीज उसके साथ अटैच हैं and it went into the harbor. Not only the ball but the memories is also went into the harbor. Harbor बेटा where the ships load and unload the goods. This is the, हम लोग एक सिंपल मीनिंग जाने कि आपने पोर्ट जहाँ शिप खड़ी होती हैं और जहाँ पर गुड्स को लोड और अनलोड किया जाता है उसको हम हार्बर बोलते हैं. सो उस हार्बर में सिर्फ बॉल ही नहीं गई है, उसकी मेमोरीज भी चली गई हैं. He wants to say this. Next is his ball went. So finally his ball went, slipped into the water and he has lost the ball. I would not intrude on him. Again he was repeating the same line. What he is saying, that intrude, he doesn't want to interfere or he doesn't want to intervene. Why he doesn't want to intervene? क्यों नहीं बोलना चाहता वो बीच में, क्यों उसे उसकी thoughts, now his thoughts are going on, he is thinking that he has lost the ball and because of that he is in sorrow, he is in sad mood. So the poet didn't want to interfere because he want him to be thoughtful and learn from these thoughts. So before proceeding to the next part of the text, let us do the figure of speech. So students, let us first talk about the rhyme scheme of the poem. आप बेटा नोटिस कर रहे होंगे बॉल, गो, रेन, वाटर. सो नो वर्ड इज मैचिंग. जब कोई भी वर्ड मैच नहीं होता, सेम राइम पे नहीं होता, सेम उनकी सिमिलर प्रोनाउंसिएशन नहीं होती है, देन वी यूज्ड टू से दैट दिस पोएम इज अनराइम्ड. और उसे जब अनराइम्ड पोएम होती है उसे हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं, दैट दिस पोएम इज रिटन इन ब्लैंक वर्ड्स. और इसे हम क्या कह सकते हैं, वी कैन से इट फ्री वर्ड्स. नाउ लेट अस गो फॉर द, दैट इज द फिगर ऑफ स्पीच. एक बहुत कॉमन है, दैट यू नो इट, रिपीटेशन. वर्ड्स जहां पर रिपीट होते हैं, तो कहाँ रिपीट हो रहे हैं, हम लोग देख रहे हैं व्हाट एंड व्हाट. सो जब वर्ड्स as it is replace होते हैं one after the another, एक दूसरे के बाद आते हैं, then it is repetition. Next is हमारे पास क्या है, that is a sound. We are watching that in these words a sound is being repeated. किसकी sound repeat हो रही है, O sound, and O is a vowel. So O, boy, now, who, lost. So O sound जब रिपीट होती है तो हम उसे क्या कहते हैं, इट इज एन वॉवल. और वॉवल साउंड जब रिपीट होती है देन दिस फिगर ऑफ स्पीच इज नोन एज एजोनेंस. नाउ लेट अस डिस्कस अ फ्यू मोर. Again we are having metaphor here. So he is referring young days. So young days doesn't mean young days. Young days refers to the childhood memories. तो कोई भी वर्ड जब कुछ और डिफरेंट मीनिंग आइडियलाइज करता है, इम्प्लाई करता है, इट मीन्स दैट इज अ मेटाफर. नाउ लेट अस मूव टू नेक्स्ट वन. नेक्स्ट हमारे पास एक और वर्ड है. यू कुड सी द वर्ड व्हाट इन द फर्स्ट लाइन. The first line starts with what? And again the second line starts with what? So when you could say two successive lines start with similar word, then which figure of speech it is? It is known as anaphora. Good. Here one more thing is there, merrily word. Merrily means it's a ball and it shows happiness. So it arouses our imaginations. So that is known as one more word, that is imagery. If we are talking of the merrily word. Again he says that a dime. Again he could think of offering money. Dime is, you could say, compared to 10 cents. So it is a currency, and if we offer money and we say you can buy another ball from this money, so this is also worthless, or this is also useless. Why this is useless? Because if we give him option, he will not realize, and what he wants to teach him. Now, अब वो क्या सिखाना चाहता है? He senses first responsibility. अगर वो ऑफर कर देता और बॉल ऑफर कर देता, मनी ऑफर कर देता, he will not learn. So here he wants to teach him the first lesson, that is the lesson of responsibility, means how to take care of things. अगर हम अपनी चीजों को खोते रहेंगे तो हम लोग we are unable to learn the lesson of responsibility. So here first he wants to teach him either it is materialistic or non-materialistic, but we have to learn the lesson of responsibility. We need to take care of our things in a world of possessions. So if we are talking of possessions, means the world is possessing, having, every man in this world wants to have a lot of things. बहुत सारी चीजें वो चाहता है कि उसके पास ये भी हो, materialistic things की हम बात कर रहे हैं. तो ये दुनिया ऐसी है, हमें बहुत सारे फोन चाहिए, हमें बहुत सारी मनी चाहिए, हमें बहुत सारे घर चाहिए. So this is, the poet says, this is a materialistic world and people will take balls. So people will buy balls and balls will be lost always. Mean people buy the things and the things will be lost always. Little boy. So the poet wants to teach him that this is a materialistic world. ये दुनिया जो है ये materialistic है. लोग ऐसा करते रहते हैं, लेकिन ऐसा करने से, by doing this, by buying the things and by losing the things, we could never learn the lesson of responsibility. So he wants to teach us and teach to the boy the lesson of responsibility. And no one buys a ball back, but the people are selfish. In this line he wants to tell us that no one buys a ball back, that they buy for themselves, not for you. They will not give you. So because nobody is going to offer you, so you have to be responsible. तुम्हें क्या बनना है? Responsible बनना है. Money is external. If somebody gives you money, so he calls money external. External means it is immaterial. Or he wants to explain this. We are talking of living beings and non-living beings. In case of, if one has lost, so you lost somebody, your beloved one, how do you realize? How do you get the emotions? Money could buy the materialistic things. It never let you know the emotions of life. And that the poet wants to teach us, to learn the emotions. हमें पोइट क्या सिखाना चाहता है? हमें इमोशंस सिखाना चाहता है. मनी हमें इसलिए एक्सटर्नल का है, इसलिए इमेटेरियल का है कि मनी हमें इमोशंस बाय नहीं करके दे सकती. चीजें तो हम बाय कर सकते हैं, बट वी कांट बाय द इमोशंस, एंड वी नीड टू लर्न द इमोशंस. हमें इमोशंस को सीखना होता है, ना कि उन्हें हम ना किसी से बोरो कर सकते हैं, ना किसी को सिखा सकते हैं. सो दैट इज व्हाई ही कॉल इट external that he wants to teach us. Now let us move to the last stanza, that is stanza 4 of this paragraph. He is learning. Finally, the poet taught the kid what he wants to, and the boy is in the process of learning. Well behind his desperate eyes, the boy is now hopeless. निराश हो गया है that he will not get the ball and is learning the lesson of responsibility. उसके साथ साथ कोई भी चीज, देखो बेटा हम आगे चल रहे हैं, कोई भी चीज हम खो देते हैं. अब हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, देखो मटेरियलिस्टिक चीज खो दिया हमने, हम दुखी हो गए, लेकिन अगर कोई हमारा नियर टू डियर खो जाता है, लॉस्ट हो जाता है, उसकी डेथ हो जाती है, तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, सिर्फ होपलेस नहीं होते, सिर्फ डिस्ट्रेस नहीं होते, सिर्फ डेस्परेट नहीं होते हैं, हम लोग क्या हो जाते हैं, वी सफर, वी बिकेम सिक एंड वी सफर सो मच दैट वी इवन गॉट रेडी टू डाई, और वी आर एबल, और वी कुड से वी आर रेडी टू सेक्रीफाइस आवर लाइफ. तो हमें ऐसा भी नहीं करना है. इसलिए पोएट हमें क्या सिखाना चाहता है, अब हम लिविंग बींग्स की बात कर रहे हैं. द एपिस्टेमोलॉजी ऑफ लॉस. एपिस्टेमोलॉजी होता है दैट इज द, इट इज द knowledge of what we have to learn, it is the understanding of the principle of loss. So we have to learn the principle of loss. He says, now poet wants to say that life is full of, or it is a part and parcel of losses and gains. Means हमारी जिंदगी में खोना और पाना, कोई ऐसा इंसान नहीं है जो जिसको सिर्फ मिलता ही मिलता है, कोई ऐसा इंसान नहीं जो सिर्फ होता ही होता है. सबकी लाइफ इट इज अ बैलेंस, वी लूज एंड वी गेन. सो हियर ही वांट्स टू टीच अस कि हमारी लाइफ में दोनों चीजें हैं, लॉसेस भी हैं और गेन्स भी हैं. सो थ्रू द लॉस वो क्या सिखाना चाहता है कि आफ्टर द लॉस, आफ्टर somebody has gone or somebody has died, somebody has gone from our life, आफ्टर दैट वी नीड नॉट टू सफर. हमें सफर नहीं करना है, हमें बीमार नहीं होना है. वी हैव टू लर्न हाउ टू स्टैंड अप, हाउ टू कोप अप, कैसे खड़े होना है. जब मुसीबत आती है तो उसे फाइट करना है. एंड नोइंग व्हाट एवरी मैन मस्ट वन डे नो. और ये जानना है जो हर एक इंसान को एक दिन जानना पड़ता है, आज नहीं तो कल. एवरी मैन नो इट. सो ही सेज नोइंग व्हाट एवरी मैन मस्ट वन डे नो. जो एक दिन तो हमें जानना ही है, तो कल क्यों, आज ही जान ले. एंड मोस्ट नो मेनी डेज, एंड many people take many days to know it, but finally what we need to learn, how to stand up. So he wants to teach us the lesson of how to take care of our things. Then next he wants to say the people are selfish, and then we have to tolerate the loss, and finally tolerate the loss, or the principle of epistemology of loss, and finally we have to learn how to cope up or how to stand up in front of the loss. तो ये चार चीजें हमें उसने सिखाई हैं कि कैसे हम अपनी चीजों की केयर करें. सेल्फिश लोग हमें मिलेंगे, उनका हमें सामना करना है. अपनी चीज, अपना जो लॉस हो गया है उसे बेयर करें, उस अपने अंदर हिम्मत लाएं एंड उसका सामना करें, खड़े हों, फाइट करें. नाउ लेट अस मूव हेड एंड डिस्कस द figure of speech of this part of stanza 3 and stanza 4. This one is our stanza 3, and you could see beta the two words are again repeated, and this is again we call it repetition, that is balls and balls. Again we are having one more, that is bites, ball, back. So which sound is being repeated? B sound. So B is here a consonant. It is not a vowel. So there is a change and it occurs at the initial. बीच में आता है तो अलग होगा, लेकिन इनिशियल में आता है then it is known as alliteration. So this is it with students. I hope you are able to understand the poem. Have a nice day.